Let's talk about another very interesting aspect. Typhoid has been on the rise even in urban India. But why are RO drinking people like us still getting typhoid? We've had a spree of cases being reported here in the National Capital Region, including places like Gurgaon and Noida. So what's the story there? Let's try and understand that. Now, it began in Indore, the story of contaminated water, multiple deaths, and a city suddenly asking, how did this happen? At first glance, it seems like a familiar story: dirty water, broken pipelines, official apathy, all of that. But this story doesn't end there. In fact, for many urban Indians, it doesn't even begin there. What I mean by that is, here's the uncomfortable question that we've got to ask ourselves. You and I probably have a filtration process of water at home. Probably it is RO water. If we don't even touch water which is not filtered, but how are still cases of typhoid on the rise amongst us? The answer isn't in your glass, it's on your plate. Most people assume that typhoid spreads only through drinking water. That's not true. It spreads through what water touches and even who handles it. So think of it, all your uncooked food, your cut fruits, raw salads, including sushis or perhaps upscale restaurants, stuff that you have raw. Even your street-style snacks like pani puri. And then there's another big aspect which is said to be the major source of typhoid spreading. It is commercial ice. Those cocktails that you down at your favorite clubs and bars, often made with untreated water, that could be holding the virus. It's that one thing that nobody is really questioning. But it's important for you to understand, how does the bacteria even get there? Now, typhoid lives only in humans, remember. It spreads through poor hygiene, which means a cook or a server, someone who looks perfectly healthy, can still pass it on. By the time symptoms show up, the damage is already done. The fever that refuses to break is typhoid. Exhaustion that feels like excessive is typhoid. Stomach pain, diarrhea, and constipation could also be typhoid. And this is where many people make the mistake. They self-medicate, they delay testing. But the typhoid really thrives on delay. There is a protection, remember. You have to, of course, go to your doctor, figure out what to do, test first. But there is also now a vaccine that exists. It's safe for 6 months of age. Adults can take it too. Kids generally have it in, the routine vaccines that are given to them. But again, even the vaccine is not a guarantee, which brings us back to the story of our civic infrastructure, to things like Indore. People, because of the outbreaks, don't stay local anymore. They travel with people, with food, with habits. The virus is spreading. The bottom line is, typhoid isn't a thing of the past. It's an urban problem hiding in plain sight. It is not just for those who perhaps don't treat their water. It's also not just for those who think drinking water has been treated, but are still washing their fruits and their vegetables, even their utensils, with bad water, which could have traces of it. So, RO water alone cannot save you and I. We've got to be careful about what we consume and, importantly, where we consume it from.